Hello and welcome to another video. Here is my latest developments. And these are fully autonomous, no player control. They can search for targets, automatically engage them, and fight them. They have a mostly 360-degree view, and this video will mostly be covering the surface level attempts at them and what the basic idea can do. Next video will be on advanced gun-based radar and more advanced versions of these. Sadly, I haven't had much time, so this video is going to be pretty short. As you can see here, this is the NKB 0.2. The NKB is for Naval Killbot, but that's a little bit of a long name, so I just call it NKB. As can be seen, it is attempting to locate a target and shoot it. It's not that complicated. I'm not going to go into the actual radar thing. All creations shown are going to be uploaded on the workshop. This one specifically, it's the 0.2 version. All the stabilizer modules, and like all the stabilizer bits and bobs, and the actual core logic has been shoved into the core of it. The 0.1 has it exposed in case you want to see it all working. Pretty simple. It's always going to go in a straight line until it sees something, at which point it'll attempt to go forwards to it. It'll be always shooting, or at least, and the auto aim will do most of the rest for hitting the targets once it's going in their direction. This is a pretty simple version. As you can see, exposed radar on top sadly does have to be exposed, and it has the not servo motors, helicopter engines on top for steering. A little bit unstable, not the best. Again, first models. I'll get into the exact sight lines that it has, but it is mostly 360-degree vision, just with some sensitivity issues to either side. And yeah, the next one I have is the 1.0 version, and it is a significant improvement. And this is the NKB 1.0. This has much more advanced systems and a much more stable radar, actual armor, and is under 30 power cores. This is not the final version. This one had some stability issues and more things were added on the inside to keep it upright. This was all made before the Spacebound update, and I'll likely not be updating them, but I will be continuing the development of these things until significantly further on. As you could see, they can engage targets. They're sub 30 power cores. They're meant to be little killbots, roughly equivalent to a speedboat, 2 rocket launchers and a gun. They still attempt to directly ram them, and the target, and they are able to detect stuff directly behind them, and so on and so forth. Not quite a perfect creation, but it's not bad either. And obviously, because this is using my recoil tech, it has no external sensors. It does have some internal sensors as part of the radar, though. And yes, as you can see, they aren't the best at driving or combat, but they can do their job, and really that's all they need to do. This is the NKB variant. I have tried so many things to make this thing work. It is utterly insane. If you want any of the test footage for any of these, simply, I guess, ask me in the comments. That's the best way to contact me currently. Anyway, or if you want to ask questions in general, I'll be answering them in the comments. It is so ridiculously hard to tune these. I think the biggest issue by far was an unstable radar design, and the lack of a stabilizer on the craft itself. The point of these was to act effectively like a torpedo. Now, they did function, kind of, and you could direct them, kind of. I actually am working on models that are already significantly better. However, those are still a work in progress, and this video is already coming out later than I would like to. But they do try to correct, they do attempt to steer, and they show quite a lot of promise. This is a relatively speaking cheap torpedo for its capabilities being very long range, very precise targeting with a pretty good payload and pretty good speed all in one. This is the GKB ground Killbot. This one also has an incredible amount of stabilization issues on the turret. This is the latest version, which has the turret too stable, but it's either that and not being responsive, or just going in circles in a random pattern. It is not perfect, but it's the best that I could get, and you know what? It works. I was going to mount guns on the bottom, but you know what? I'll just upload this as is. One of the biggest reasons why this specifically is revolutionary is the NKBs, the naval killbots, can be done quite easily with just sensors. There's nothing that the sensors could accidentally trigger on. It's just flat terrain. It's pretty generic. But this is good. The reason it's good is because sensors are blind on land. They can detect the ground the same as an enemy player. They cannot see. Guns, on the other hand, they detect center of mass. This is why I'm developing this. And so, with this, shorter video than usual, next video will actually be going into the radars themselves, advanced uses, more complex machines, and what the actual potential of these are. Currently, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you want access to the footage or anything similar, again, in the comments, and I will happily help you. That's really it, I guess. Goodbye.